Good evening and thank you for joining us for KREM 2 News at 5 tonight. I'm Mark Hanrahan.
And I'm Whitney Ward.
Breaking into our newsroom at this hour, Mission Avenue is shut down at Lacey due to a truck that crashed into a home. This happened near the Chief Gary Park neighborhood. According to police, there is a tarp covering a body in the lawn. We do know the driver of that pickup is deceased.
We don't know exactly what led up to this crash or what happened after that, but we will have updates for you shortly here on KREM 2 News at 6 this evening.
In the meantime, several roads are closed in that area, so heads up if you're traveling in that area.
In other developing news, here in about 30 minutes, the North Idaho College Board of Trustees will be holding a special meeting.
This comes after a judge ruled the school must reinstate President Nick Swain, who was put on administrative leave back in December. KREM 2's Shannon Mowdy is looking back at how we got to this point. Shannon?
The school's accreditation is on the line, and a deadline for NIC to respond is just a week away. The school has until March 13th to file a report on why it should keep that accreditation. The NWCCU details more than a year's worth of actions it says don't comply with its standards or requirements for accreditation, including the firing of then-President Rick McClellan in September 2021. From there, we fast forward to November 2022, when North Idaho College's attorney resigned and was replaced with attorney Art McComber. NIC President Nick Swain took issue with the hiring process, which he warned was against the board's recruitment and hiring policies. Days later, December 8th, the Board of Trustees voted to place President Swain on administrative leave, but not for any disciplinary process. Swain filed a lawsuit on December 16th, and a day later, the NWCCU sent NIC a warning. It cited NIC was at risk, in part because of ongoing lawsuits against the school, frequent changes in leadership that went against school policies, as well as declining enrollment and staff turnover. On February 9th, the NWCCU sent a show cause letter, the last step before the school loses accreditation. NIC now has until March 13th to send a report detailing why it should keep its accreditation. So what does this potential accreditation loss mean? For one, students wouldn't qualify for federal financial aid and their credits would no longer transfer. Plus, this is expected to result in job losses if it goes through and a hit to the regional economy. Shannon Mowdy, KREM 2 News.
All right, Shannon, thank you very much. Breaking in the last couple of hours, according to multiple reports, Seahawks quarterback Geno Smith has agreed to a 3-year, $105 million contract to stay in Seattle.
So the Seahawks are rewarding Geno Smith for putting up impressive numbers all season long and leading the team to the playoffs. It's a big deal that will pay Geno $52 million for that first year. Seahawks GM John Schneider said last week the two sides were getting closer to a deal. They get it all done ahead of tomorrow's deadline for teams to apply franchise tags to players.
Geno was named the NFL's Comeback Player of the Year after leading the league in completion percentage and ranking 6th in touchdown passes with 30 last season. Congratulations to him.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. All right, switching gears to take a look at weather now. This morning we woke up to another round of snow after Sunday's snowfall too.
Yeah, let's check in with our chief meteorologist Jeremy Legoo to find out when we can maybe expect the next round. Or hey, even better, a warm up and some spring-like weather.
All of it arrives later this week. How about we just say that?
Okay.
What starts as snow may very well end as rain and a warmer weather pattern.
Okay, we can handle that.
Yeah, maybe. But for now, yes, we saw another round of snow. When it comes to the snow, we'll give you those snowfall totals coming up. Right now, it's winding down across much of the region. We're even seeing some breaks in those clouds, and believe it or not, we've still got sun for about another half an hour, so not bad. Snow continues to wind down across the region. We'll continue to do so as we head through the remainder of the evening. Some forecast models are picking up on a little activity overnight. Some forecast models are picking up on activity tomorrow. No, let me rephrase that. All forecast models are picking up on activity tonight and tomorrow. The difference is where it puts it. Notice it's a bunch of rain down to the south tomorrow afternoon. And out in central Washington, I think what is likely is we see some scattered snow showers. We might even see a little bit of graupel here in Spokane. And it's all about where it sets up. Mostly cloudy is kind of the name of the game, the next two, but yes, it is possible to see a little more snow. It is possible to see some graupel. And as we get to the end of the week, it does look like a big shift in the weather pattern takes place. And I do think temperature is warm, even if it's just briefly.
All right, Jeremy, thank you. Over the weekend, a grieving family held funeral services for their son, a WSU freshman who died by suicide in January. But Luke Tyler's parents say there is more to this story. They say his death came after weeks of intense hazing at his fraternity.
We'll hear from them coming up on KREM 2 News at 6. In the meantime, here is Susanna Frame now with a preview of what they have to say.
The fraternity is under investigation by police and the university, and the parents say they're desperate for them to come up with answers and the truth.
Is there any doubt in your mind that hazing contributed to your son's death?
No. We believe the rituals that were part of this fraternity had dangerous components that contributed to his adverse mental and physical health.
This is 19-year-old Luke Tyler of Redmond, a Washington State University freshman who died by suicide 5 months after arriving on campus. His parents say suicide was unthinkable, as Luke had never shown signs of depression or mental health problems before. Since his death 6 weeks ago, they say friends have come forward with disturbing information that Luke had confided he was struggling with hazing at his fraternity.
What he expressed to his friends was that it wasn't what he thought it was, and that it did push him to his breaking point.
And again, we will have that story for you tonight on KREM 2 News at 6 o'clock.
All right, staying in Pullman, police have arrested a man accused of being sexually inappropriate on College Hill in Pullman near several sorority houses over the weekend.
Authorities say 46-year-old Jason Olin from Colfax turned himself in yesterday. He's now charged with 2 counts of indecent exposure and 2 counts of voyeurism.